Alright, what's going on everyone? YouTube, Benny Asperler. Welcome to a brand new DVD and Blu-ray update. Yeah, so I got a good enough stack here of stuff to constitute a update. Some of this stuff, I've already reviewed in video reviews and I've written about, but I'll just talk about them briefly and then we'll move on. But I have some other stuff also, so that I picked up from Family Video and places like that. So let's get started. Alright, I grabbed this yesterday from Family Video. This is a movie I've been wanting to check out for quite a while, actually. It's an Irish film. I've actually heard really good things about it. People didn't really talk about it, but from the people that I've talked to about it, they've said it's actually pretty good. And that's From the Dark. Like I said, it's an Irish film put out by Dark Sky. It's supposed to be like a film where there's this creature and his weakness is light, and the thing between light and dark is supposed to play an important role and stuff like that. This definitely be the next movie I'm going to probably watch. I've heard, like I said, nothing but interesting things about it, so very happy to finally pick it up for $1.50, one I've been waiting for a while. Alright, next we have Wolf Cop, also grabbed this from Family Video. Yeah, heard this interesting things about this one also. It's Canadian, so we'll see. Put out by Image. I've heard it's actually pretty goofy, so I'm curious about this. Sorry, I just want to see this glare or not. No, it should be alright. So, Wolf Cop. I didn't see the reverse cover on that. That's funny. Wolf Cop. Very curious to check this one out. Next we have Something Wicked. This is, billed as Brittany Murphy's last movie, and yeah, from the things that I've heard from people, this movie's actually pretty crappy, so I'm not really expecting much from it, to be completely honest. But the main reason why I picked it up was that mask on the bottom there. I thought it looked pretty cool, like an Alice, Sweet Alice type of a mask, so I think it's a home invasion film or something like that. Like I said, people have said that it's really crappy, so I'm not really expecting much from that one, to be completely honest. Sorry, it's hot as balls today here in Chicago. The heat index is like 105, and even inside, just talking thirsty. So that's why I have water today, actually, because it's hot. Alright, finally got Digging Up the Marrow. This is Adam Green's newest movie, who I'm a huge fan of course. I've talked about some of his films on the podcast and things like that, so very curious to see this one. I know JP talked about this on the podcast, so I'm finally curious to check this one out. It seems pretty interesting and pretty cool, so for $1.50, had to finally grab this. Very curious and excited to pick this one up. I want to see this road sign movie that's advertised in these new Image film releases. That movie seems interesting to me. From the guy who did Contracted, so I'm curious about that film whenever it drops down in price. We got another Dark Sky Films release of course, Late Phases, Night of the Lone Wolf. This is supposed to be the best werewolf film last year that I never got around to checking out, so finally happy to pick this one up. It's supposed to be really, really fucking good, so I'm very curious to watch this. Like I said, I just got these yesterday, so I haven't had time to get around to watching any of them, so very excited to watch this one. Like I said, I've heard nothing but good things about it for $1.50. Very happy to have that one. Next we have See No Evil 2. I watched this one when it first got released. I VOD'd it just because I wanted to check it out, because I didn't mind the first one, to be completely honest. I remember seeing it in theaters when it came out in, I think it was 2006. It's crazy, that movie came out 8 years ago. I think it's 2006, 2007. But See No Evil 2. Now this one is interesting because it has a solid lineup. You got the Soska sisters helming the camera, directing, and you got Danielle Harris and Catherine Isabel as well. And Danielle Harris plays the main, the final girl in this movie, if you wanna call it that. And Catherine Isabel, she's okay. She's a little bit of annoying, but I think that's her character. Her character is annoying, so I wasn't really too bothered by her over the top acting, because I think that's what her character entailed and things like that. But This is okay. It's not that bad. It's just an average modern day slasher film. To be completely honest, you could definitely see that they toned down the violence a little bit compared to the first one. When this one came out, the WWE was a little bit less PG than what it is today, is what they call it, or whatever the hell. So this one's a little bit toned down, even though that it's still targeted towards older audiences. And the main reason why I just picked this one up because I wanted to watch this feature on here on the Soska sisters. This 15-minute feature, and it's a really interesting feature about them too, and the making of the film, and how they came from watching their library of films from Dead Hooker and Trunk to American Mary to this. You see them evolve as filmmakers as the time went on. So this is okay. American Mary is obviously a better film than this, but it's okay if you get it for cheap. I think it's worth a watch at least once, or at least for that feature on the Soska sisters. I know they directed another film for the WWE with Big Show or something in it that seems like some jail fight movie. I was kind of weirded out about that one because that doesn't seem like their type of film, and hopefully I'm not hoping that they're not going too mainstream and things like that, but we'll see. Soska sisters, good for them that they're doing shit and they're making a run at it. Next we have Echoes, put out by Anchor Bay. Very curious about this one. I've heard some interesting things about it. I know Moods did a review on this one. He got this one sent to him by Anchor Bay, so I'm very curious about this one. I was happy to finally pick this up. It was $1.50 a family video. It's been one I want to check out for a while. It seems interesting, so I'll let you guys know about this one when I check it out. Just got it, like I said, all these films I really want to watch really bad, so I'm just gonna have these in a stack and just go down the stack because these are all films that I really, really want to watch. Even this film, just because this film has the word on the street as being the worst film of the year and things like that. So I just wanted to pick it up just because I wanted to watch it and see for myself, is it really as bad as everybody says that it is? And that, of course, is Muck. Yeah, this is Kane Hodder in it. This movie's supposed to be the worst film of the year so far, one of the worst movies of the year. So I had to pick it up and check it out. It's put out by Anchor Bay. It's supposed to be really, really shitty, but I wanted to see it for myself if it was any good or as shitty as people says it is. So that's Muck. It was $1.50. What do I really... Actually, I think this one was $1. Yeah, this one was $1. I paid $1 for these, for See No Evil 2, Echoes, and Muck and Dark Hall, just because I bundled it with my buddy. So, because he had 6... It was 10 for 10. I had 4 films, and he had 6 films. So, it was $1. I mean, I really don't have much to lose on that one. I picked up Dark Hall. I watched this on VOD when we did the show, when we did the podcast. And, I have all the other, chiller films that I've grabbed for cheap at Family Video as time gone on that we've done on the show. So I picked this one up. I was not a fan of this movie, to be completely honest. I thought it was really, really, really cruddy and boring. And it had some really bad CGI fire in it. Let's just say that. I know Moods and JP enjoyed it a little bit more than I did, but I did not like this one. I just picked it up just to add it to the chiller Scream Factory collection. And it was $1, so whatever. Alright, the next 4 films here were sent to me by my good friend Scott. I'll put a link down below to his channel. Go ahead and subscribe to him. He's a really awesome dude. He's going to film school starting in the fall, so I'm finishing up in the fall and he's going in the fall. So hopefully, I'll be able to help him out with stuff as time goes on, because I think that's a really important thing, especially with film school, that you have other people who've gone through the process to help you out. So Scott was nice enough. He heard on the 50th episode of the podcast that I've never seen Bay of Blood before, which I know is like a crime. It was on the top 50 list. So for me not seeing the film, he was like, I'm going to send you a copy of it. So I was like, that's badass. And he actually sent me some more films with Bay of Blood. So let's talk about them. Thank you again, Scott. You are the shit. Thank you again. He actually sent me the Arrow Blu-ray of Bay of Blood. And I do not have that many Arrow Blu-rays in my collection. So It's pretty awesome to have this. Here's a note. It's not much. He's just telling me what he sent me and things like that. So very awesome of Scott to send me these films. It's really nice of him. And I didn't know how badass these Arrow films are. They, comes with a booklet and postcard of future films and things like that. So very awesome of Scott to send me these 4 films, especially Bay of Blood. I'm gonna watch this one very, very, very soon. Thank you again, Scott. That's awesome of you. Thank you. You're so nice. He sent me the Blu-ray of Honeymoon. I was actually going to pick this up at Family Video because I thought it sounded pretty interesting. It's a magnet film. Yeah, I'm going to watch this one very soon because it definitely caught my interest, and the fact that he sent it to me on Blu-ray is even more awesome. So thank you, Scott, for that. That's very, very nice of you and very, very awesome. So thank you again. It's Honeymoon. I'm curious about this one. Yeah, he sent me another Arrow DVD, which is awesome. And this is I'm gonna botch this name. Romo Santa. The Werewolf Hunt. I know I fucking botched the name. But this is another Arrow film. I guess it's a werewolf film, of course. Never seen this, never even heard of it, to be completely honest. But it seems pretty cool. I know Moods said that he was interested in checking this one out, so if Moods says it's interesting, then it sounds interesting to me. So thank you again, Scott, even though I botched the name. I'm curious about this one. And once again, comes with this awesome booklet and DVD. Thank you again, Scott. Awesome of you. And he sent me, finally, The Chilling, released by Shriek Show. This is a Code Red Shriek Show collaboration, which is weird. This one seems interesting, I have to say. It seems like it could be fun from the late 80s, we'll see. Linda Blair, I'm not the biggest fan of Linda Blair. I've talked about that on the show, on the podcast before, why Linda Blair is a little bit of a bitch, but I'm not going to get into that on the show here. But The Chilling seems pretty cool. I'm curious about this one. Shriek Show, haven't had the best luck with Shriek Show, but I know they released some interesting things. So thank you again, Scott, for sending me those films. That was extremely, extremely, extremely kind of you to do that, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you again so much. All right, next we have probably my favorite film of the year so far in 2015. I just did a review on this film yesterday. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to read my thoughts on this one, but this is definitely the best film that I've seen so far in 2015. And, definitely would make the top 3 or top 5 of the best films that I've seen so far in the 2010s. And it's just really, really, a really, really fucking amazing film. And that is The Treatment. This is released by Artsploitation from Belgium. Like I said, I just did a written review on this film if you guys want to read my thoughts about this film. But all I can say is this film is fucking awesome. We basically follow this detective, his name's Nick, and he gets assigned to this case about this house where they find this mother and this father tied to these pipes, and the mother's tied to a pipe upstairs, and the father's tied to a pipe downstairs, and their child, which is young, is missing, and Nick's assigned to try and find out where this kid is and what happened to this mother and father that got them into the situation with this guy who took their kid. And as the film goes on, we get a little bit deeper into Nick's own personal demons, and there's some dark and disturbing things going on in this movie, I have to say. If you guys, like I said in my review, if you guys are about blood and guts, this film isn't about you. But if you like disturbing themes and disturbing storytelling, then I think this film is definitely going to be for you, because there's just some fucked up stuff going on in this movie. And I think it is presented in a way that is justified. It's not just trashy, presented in a trashy way. It's beautifully done, and the cinematography is absolutely fantastic. And you see Nick's downward spiral being described in the lighting as the film goes on in a very, very well done way. And if you guys get a chance to check this one out, it's really, really, really fucking fantastic. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you guys see any film recently or in the near future, check out The Treatment. It just got released by Artsportation. This movie is really, really fantastic. I cannot recommend this one enough. So do yourself a favor, check this one out. It gets my highest recommendation for sure. It's really, really good. Alright, grabbed this one from Family Video yesterday. Killers. I've heard this movie is actually really, really fucking good also, so I'm very curious to check this one out. Like I said, I've heard nothing but good things about this one, so I'm very curious about this one also, so I can't wait to check it out. Heard nothing but good things. It was $1.50 at Family Video, so had to grab that. We have Reckless. I did a review on this on my channel. It's the last video I posted, so if you want to hear my thoughts on this film, go check it out. It's basically just the disappearance of Alice Creed, but a remake in the Netherlands. It's a better film, to be completely honest, than the original, so if you guys want to hear my thoughts on this one, go over to my channel, check it out. This was $7.99, and I had a $5 Amazon card, so I paid $3 for this. Had to grab it. That's the Poltergeist 2 and 3 double feature set. You know me, I usually don't pick up these double feature sets, but this one, each has its separate discs, so, you know, that's justified to me. I usually don't like to buy movies with multiple movies on the discs, but this one, you know, it's 2 separate discs. So, I'm cool with it. So, yeah, it's Poltergeist 2 and 3. I haven't watched the sequels in a long time, since I was probably 10 or 11. So, I actually watched them on VHS. That's how long it's been since I've seen these. So, I gotta go back and watch these sequels. You know, I've seen the first film, the original film, a million times. So, very curious about this one. Yeah, for $3, had to grab that. Very cool. It's cool. It's so cheap already on Amazon. We got Dear Toad's King. This is released by Cult Epics. This is actually going to be the next film that we do on the podcast coming up this Friday. So if you guys want to look over on Mood's channel on Monday or on the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror website or Podomatic, you'll see our show on this film coming up. So if you guys want to hear my thoughts on this film and this release by Cult Epics, stay tuned for the podcast coming up. This week, got another bonus show coming. So, just your typical Cult Epics release, just like Necromantic 1 and 2. This is the third film in the director's library. So, curious about this one. This one has the word on the street of being, you know, his best film, or one of his best films. So, very curious about this one. If you guys, you know, listen to the show, you know that I wasn't a huge fan of Necromantic 1 and 2. They just weren't my thing. So I'm curious about that one. Next we have Vanish. This is a Dark Sky Films release. This movie's actually pretty cool. It's fun. We basically follow these 2 criminals who kidnap this girl, and they throw in her van, and the entire film takes place in this van as they drive around trying to get the ransom money for this girl that they kidnapped. Tony Todd's in it. It's pretty interesting that it's all shot in this van and never leaves the van until the end of the film. And it's pretty cool. You know, it's not the best stuck in one place type film that I've seen, but I think the characters are likable enough that they are able to carry the film along in a decent pace. So that's Vanish. It's okay if you guys get a chance to find it for cheap. Pick it up, give it a watch. How am I doing with time here? Alright, got a little bit left. We got All American Bully. I talked about this one also 2 videos ago. I did a review on this, so if you want to hear my thoughts on that one, check out my review for it. We have Sabre World. I've actually heard this one's actually pretty bloody and pretty gory, so I got this at Family Video. It was $1.50, so I'm curious about this one put out by Image. I've heard it's actually pretty good, so what movies are in the background of this one? I got all those. So, Sabre World. We got The Pact 2. I did a written review on this film. I'll put a link down below for that on the website. It's just average. It's not very good, to be completely honest. Nowhere as good as the first film, so it's unfortunate. But if you guys want to read my thoughts on this one, I'll put a link down below on it. It's the pack 2. My boy Derek, yeah, hooked it up again. He actually sent me a copy of Madman. This is the Vinegar Syndrome double disc release of the film. You know, Derek just hooks me up so much all the time. He's just such an awesome guy, and you know, he's probably one of the coolest people on the podcast, Facebook page. All you guys are fucking awesome. You know, but Derek, you know, posts every day a whole bunch of interesting things. So he hooked it up. Thank you again, Derek. You are the man. Film that I've been wanting to see for a while, from 1981. So yeah, finally got re-released. The film was out of print for a while. I Am Evil Knievel, talked about this one, did a video review. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on that one, find the video on my channel. Stone Cold also did a video review on that one. If you guys want to see my thoughts on that film, watch the review on my channel. And The Thing with Two Heads, I did a review on this film over on the podcast page. I'll put a link down below if you want to check that one out. Also, basically this film could just basically be described as I like to say lately, that it's just basically Archie Bunker and George Jefferson meets the Blues Brothers. If you guys can understand that, if you guys watch All in the Family and the Blues Brothers, then you probably understand what this is. But it's just a fun film. It's goofy. It's not well done, but it's weird. It's a drive-in film, so you know what you're going to get into. But if you guys want to read my review, I'll put a link down below on that one. It's strange, and I think you guys should watch it. It's fun. Yeah, so that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you again for watching. As always, give me a thumbs up. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRuler22. And as always, you can read all my written reviews on the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror website, 22 Shots of Moods, andhorror.com. And I'll put a link down below to the written reviews that I've talked about in this video. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. I hope everybody's doing well. And I'll talk to you guys soon with another review or something along those lines. So thank you again, everybody. Talk to you soon. Later.